Hey guys, don't turn your volume up. I'm warning you now that this one gets loud. It's a microphone test, so I decided to give you the raw output for best comparison. This means there's no compression. In other words, when I'm speaking, the volume is soft, but when I'm singing and growling and doing dumb things later on, it gets really loud. I also make some pretty awful noises at times, so yeah, I'm warning you now because I'm not trying to trick you into this. Now for some other notes, since you probably won't read the description. First of all, if you want to skip ahead to a certain point, I actually have bookmarks in the description. You can skip this intro, for example, or jump ahead to just hear, say, the growling part of this video. Also, while there's no compression on the microphones in this video, here's what is there. The Galaxy S7 Edge had to be lowered by 3 decibels in my HitFilm program in order to get it around the same volume as the other 2 microphones. This means the loudest notes on the phone mic will always be a little bit softer in this video. Hey, there was no way for me to monitor it while I was filming, and it's not the most important mic anyway. Other than that, both the Rode NT2-A and the SM58 are going into the same M-Box Pro, and I've adjusted them to roughly the same volume level as best I can given their different mics. And I've also turned on the soft limiter to prevent clipping, which was probably a good idea considering how this video went. This then goes into Logic Pro 9 on my MacBook Pro running Snow Leopard because I still live in 2009. They've then been bounced straight out of that software and then synced to the footage using HitFilm Express on my PC, but it's a little imperfect, so you may at times detect the tiniest bit of lag or clunkiness when I switch between microphones. You can see which mic output is playing in the bottom right corner. Speaking of the on-screen notes, sometimes I label things like chest voice and head voice, but take these with a grain of salt. I'm being very general and it's really more about how I personally experience the production of the sounds. See the description below for a short elaboration. Finally, this is a pretty badly planned video and I also mucked up my voice a little beforehand, but hey, it's done, and while I hear you saying, "Hey Mariko, you don't have to post this, you don't have to embarrass yourself online," well, I think it's worth it, to be honest, because one day when I'm doing better, I can look back and see how much progress I've made. I already feel that way about some of the clips I put online 5 years ago, so yeah, here's to the next 5 years. Okay, let's get to the video. Hello, so today I'm just going to do a mic test. I'm sort of running out of time though, so I haven't really set this up well, and I haven't eaten anything, and I should probably have a drink for my voice because I've been practicing singing and, you know, need to warm down a bit, but let's do this anyway. So what I'm testing, I'm filming on my Galaxy S7 Edge. This microphone is my Rode NT2-A, and this microphone is just a regular SM58 stage microphone. So key differences, I don't know what microphone the Galaxy S7 Edge is using. It's relatively good. I do think it's got some kind of a limiter on there so that it doesn't distort, because, you know, when I've gone and done concerts, it's actually decent. It somehow manages that. Now, my Rode NT2-A is a condenser studio microphone. I've got it with, like, just all the settings off. There's no pads or filters or anything on it. And I've just got it on the cardioid pickup pattern because that's what I usually use to record. And then the SM58 is a dynamic microphone, and that's also cardioid. So yeah, basics. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through a bunch of different sounds that I make, and we'll see what they sound like on each of them. Now, I haven't decided whether or not I'll put compression on any of these different things. I don't think I can do it on the camera microphone because I've only got like the editing software, but I can probably like manually lift the volume if it needs smoothing out to sort of match. But if we want to get the sound of the real microphones, maybe I'll just leave it raw unless it really needs it. And then we can compare, and yeah, I think if I do put any effects and stuff on it, I'll list that. Like, I'll put a little caption. The one thing I do have on these 2 microphones is I'm using an M-Box Pro as an interface, and that has a soft limiter on it. So I've got that turned on just so that we don't get any ugly distortion. Otherwise, there's not really anything. I've tried to set the volume so that these 2 microphones are roughly the same. Oops, I'm sorry. And yeah, let's give it a go. So I'll just make a bunch of different sounds, and we'll cut between each of them, and hopefully get an idea of what I want to use for different projects and stuff. So one of the challenges is I'm not going to be able to look at the camera, so the camera's speakers probably aren't going to be the most accurate, really, because I've got to get this one to work, I have to look right at it, and then I can sort of place this one like this so that we're sort of getting it roughly directional. But I am going to be favoring the Rode NT2-A, so I'm sorry about that. That might change things a bit, but I will try and get everything as close as possible, at least in these two microphones. And, you know, do we care about the camera's microphone? I don't know. Okay, that's enough rambling. I probably should have put this at the end of the video, hey. One more thing I have noticed about the Galaxy S7 Edge is whenever it first starts recording, the sound is really thin, and then it sort of stabilizes and brings back some of the bass, so that's just one more thing. Okay, let's get to it. So I'll make some, let's just get the speaking sound. So here's me speaking, and there's the Rode NT2-A, the SM58, and the camera microphone. This is just my regular talking voice, and these are the sounds that we're getting from it. This is just my regular talking voice, and these are the sounds that we're getting from it. This is just my regular talking voice, and these are the sounds that we're getting from it. Okay, so we'll start with some, I guess, speech level singing. So, la, la, la. I'll go a bit, like, higher. La, la. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Or lower, la. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. How I wonder what you are. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Can you hear a bit of that grumbly grit in my voice that's sort of crept in from me doing dodgy stuff? Okay, more of like a mixed head voice, so what note were we doing before? La, 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 when these are falling and skies turn to grey, then night keeps on closing in on the day, and nightingale sings a song of farewell. Hey, 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 now for some grittier stuff. So, I've been working on some vocal fry and it sounds pretty awful. Raw, raw, raw. Vocal fry is really weird and I don't know what I'm doing with it. Hey, what do you guys think? Is it kind of useless? Useless. Oh, useless. Rory.
Oh, you slow, spree, roar. Oh, you slow, spree, roar.
Okay, that's I think what's been mucking my voice up today, because I've been playing with that too much. Okay, sort of an in-between grit, which I'm starting to get more control over, so... I can hear the voice, but I don't want to listen. Strap me down and tell me I'll be alright. I can hear the voice, but I don't want to listen. Strap me down and tell me I'll be alright. I can hear the voice, but I don't want to listen. Strap me down and tell me I'll be alright. That's the sort of in-between. Hey! 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 Okay, and now, my false chord growling.
Roar! 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 Hey! 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 1, 2, 3! 1, 2, 3! 1, 2, 3! 1, 2, 3! 1, 2, 3! 1, 2, 3! Roar! 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 All I ever wanted was destiny to be fulfilled. It is in my hands. I must not fail. I must not fail. It is in my hands. I must not fail. I must not fail. It is in my hands. I must not fail. I must not fail.
Hey, okay. Is there anything else I haven't covered? I'm not sure. Come on, don't let me like this. I thought I had you figured out. Something's gone terribly wrong. You're all I wanted. Come on, don't leave me like this. I thought I had you figured out. Can't breathe whenever you're gone. Can't go back. I'm haunted. Whoa, oh, whoa. Yeah! I can hear the voice, but I don't want to listen. Strap me down and tell me I'll be alright. I can feel the subliminal need to be one with the voice and make everything go. I can hear the voice, but I don't want to listen. Strap me down and tell me I'll be alright. Okay, I think I've got enough to work with to see different things. I'm sorry, this video's been so badly planned, but just sort of getting some ideas because I want to do more recording, and one of the things I want to try and record, I know, has the volume changed because I came closer? I want to do some recording, and I sort of want to do some that are more live style, and then I also want to do some that are more studio style, and I'm quite familiar with how to use my Rode microphone when I'm doing studio style vocals and with double tracking and all that kind of stuff, editing, layers, whatever, and effects to smooth it out. But I also want to do some live style vocals to show more what it would be like with me on stage, because I'm looking for a band. Yeah, it's just when I use this. So this is a cardioid microphone, and with a cardioid microphone, so it's directional for one thing, and that's why I have to look this way. Otherwise, if I turn away, the volume disappears. Yeah, but because it's a condenser microphone, it's very sensitive, and I have this pop filter so that you don't get too many of this. I mean, you can, when I do the p and it hits that, some of it gets through, but you're trying to avoid that in a studio situation. So this is really good, but one of the downsides is I can't get close enough to get a proximity effect, and actually that's another thing I wanted to show you with the SM58. So the SM58's a dynamic microphone, and you can get a lot closer, and you can bash this around and you won't damage it, whereas if you bash that around, you will damage it. with this, you can get really close and get that proximity effect. Whereas if I go back a little bit, you lose that. I probably do need to put some compression on this so you can hear the difference at the same volume level. But like, hey, 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 hey,
hey, hey, hey, hey, hey, hey.
You know, it kind of changes things. So I'm thinking like with live, if I'm trying to do it live style and I only use the Rode NT2-A without any double tracking,
Raw, raw.
I just wonder if you're getting enough of the effect of live, because obviously live you're using the SM58 or whatever whatever stage microphone they have, and that's giving you a bit of a bass boost, especially for me as a female vocalist, because I don't have a lot of natural bass in my voice. If you're a dude, you don't really need to be this close to get the bass. But yeah, for me, probably it helps me a little bit. So I'm wondering if this will give me a better sound, like in the sort of live feeling, because you also have, when you're live, you have the PA system, and that has its own sound. Yeah, so maybe, I mean, I've got to sit back down and edit this together and, you know, get the video synced up and all that kind of stuff, and just see which one is going to work better for me to do that live stuff. Because I just worry if I use the Rode, the really nice Rode, I might have to put effects on it to give it the same depth that I get live. With the combination of this kind of microphone and the PA system, which the PA's systems are not as perfect as, say, my monitors and this. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking about. But the last thing I want to do is, I have this pet peeve where when I go to shows and I see heavy vocalists cupping the mic. So how about we just play with the cupping the mic thing? You need to watch Spectre Sound Studio's video on how to hold a microphone to, I'm not going to go through that right now, but let's just do the test. So my best growl is my false chord growl.
Raw.
And some vocalists think if you cover this grill, you'll get a better sound, like deeper, and it'll sound scarier, but you're kind of ruining it. So let's do that. I've never really cupped a microphone before, but
Raw. Raw.
I feel like all we're getting is some horrible distortion. How's that looking? Oh my god.
Raw. Raw.
So you're getting that distortion. You're going to get feedback in the live situation. And then there's another thing where instead of like fully smothering the mic and getting this sort of weird tone, wow, that is like super odd. Another one people do is like they just sort of try and instead of this, they do it like that, which, like, I don't know how you hold a microphone like this. Do you have to like, my hands aren't big enough.
Raw. 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 Raw.
I don't know. We'll see what that sounds like. Yeah, so this has just been a mucking around with microphones video, and I'll decide which one I prefer. And just looking at the waveforms over there, I may need to put some compression on some of this, because yeah, my growls, especially like this close to the microphone, is just a little bit over the top.
Raw.
Yeah, that looked better on the thing. Anyway. So yeah, also I'm sorry when I've been doing like this that I've had the my hand in front of, so you can't really see all the things. I could put it on this side, but being right-handed, it's not so natural for me to hold a microphone with my left hand. So
Yeah, that's why.
Unfortunately, well, I have to. Yeah, I hate I don't understand how to do fry scream properly. So if someone could listen to my sound, and tell me what I'm doing wrong, that would be helpful. I don't know if it's ever going to be something I use on stage. It's just something fun to muck around with, and I'm a lot better at it when I first tumble out of bed. Once I've warmed up, it gets really hard. I think the only reason I'm getting it okay today is because I practiced it first before warming up, which kind of put a dent in the rest of my vocals and wasn't really the healthiest thing. So I'm probably not going to do that. I'll warm up before I do the vocal fry thing. Oh, vocal fry's really weird. I don't know, the vocal fry, I like false chord growling because of how real it feels, and like, you know, you have to put your energy into it. Whereas so far what I'm getting with the vocal fry, I know expert vocal fryers really like can get a really good sound and it's quite convincing, but when I do vocal fry it sounds really lame and like I'm just pretending. I mean, the way I learned vocal fry is I was just singing along to things in the car, and in the car it's hard to use your diaphragm, and you know, you should be focusing on driving, so I just sort of sing along quietly to a song. So I don't know, what's the song? All I ever wanted was just a day to be fulfilled. Like, you know, just sort of singing along like that in the car. And I didn't realize that was a real vocal technique for ages that I could develop. So I've been vocal frying all this time, well, fry screaming, and just didn't know. But when I actually want to sing, I feel like it makes more sense to me, personally, to be like,
All I ever wanted was destiny to be fulfilled.
that to me feels more natural, and like I can sing more easily after it, whereas the vocal fry feels like messes with my vocal cords a little bit more, and just like it's hard to, I don't know how to explain it. And even the grit that I can get, I think with the soft tissues up here, even this grit feels more convincing and like makes more sense to me than vocal fry, which just feels really quiet and silly. Yeah. So there's some updates on how I'm going with my screaming, growling practice. Maybe I'm doing the vocal fry stuff wrong. I don't know. I don't have a teacher for that. I probably do need to see my clean singing teacher at some point because it's been like maybe 2 years. I don't know. But my chest voice is a lot better. I can actually hit higher notes than I used to. This is turning into more than just a microphone video. This is me talking about where my vocal progress is. So I'm sorry that it's getting really weird. Yeah. Oh, right. So tomorrow I'm going to try and record an actual song and we'll see how that goes. Though I am expecting a delivery, and if someone comes and does a delivery while I'm in the middle of recording, that always is like, especially if it was a really good take. Yeah, vocals. I hope I didn't sound like too much of an idiot, but yeah, I'm sort of playing with this and trying to get things to sound better. So it's a little bit intimidating sharing some of this stuff online, but hey, progress, and you can look at some of my old singing videos, and like I've been looking at some and just been going like, yeah, okay, I have definitely improved, and I've still got a way to go. So I think I'll wrap this video up because yeah, I didn't plan any of this stuff. So hey, see you guys later.